Hey, how's it going, everyone? Charles here from Snyder Marketing, and I'm going live again today to talk some more about building a multi-six-figure business with social media marketing and talking a little bit more about that webinar, which is free, coming up on Wednesday, October 4th at 3 p.m. Free to get signed up. I'll have the link in the video in the comment section after I do the live stream here. Get signed up. This is so important. I feel like this could make a huge difference for so many businesses in the area. Like, it's unreal, because one of the things I found, being a small business owner, it's just me and a very small team. We can't always answer the phone. I'm in a meeting or I'm on the road. I'm doing customer meetings at their place of business, what have you. And I can't always answer the phone when the phone rings. And between the Small Business Administration and the telecom industry here in the US, they've found that more businesses go unanswered every single day. I've talked about that in the last couple of videos, so I'm not going to really dwell on that too much. I want to talk more about the financial impact that has. So just to kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about here is, and I apologize, I got to have some better lighting and stuff at my desk, but let's talk about this. Okay, so there's the landing page and stuff for getting registered, which again, I'll have the link in there, but just real simple. I'm just going to do something real simple here. I'm just going to use a real calculator. I'm going to try and come up with a version of this that's actually part of the landing page, and that just to kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about. So I had a real interesting conversation over the weekend, and I was retelling the story again today. I was talking to the Harrisburg Regional Chamber of Commerce engagement manager, and we had a great conversation. I was telling him a little bit about this, what I'm talking about as far as like the webinar and how this can help local businesses, really any business for that matter, but local businesses here in South Central Pennsylvania and beyond. So one of the things we were talking about was, I told him a little quick story about how I was talking to some business owners over the weekend about missed calls. And on average, they said, each call that they take and they close the sale is worth about $1,000. So that's a nice round number, $1,000. And I said, okay, so out of those, how many missed calls do you think you have in a month on average? I said, maybe one missed call a day. And the guy was like, yeah, it's at least one call. He goes, it's probably a lot more than that. I said, okay, just keeping it conservative though. We'll say one call a day. There's an average number of 30 days in a month. So potentially he's missing out on $30,000 worth of sales. Now, I said on average, I said, how many of those do you actually close? And he said, we talked about it a little while, we talked about some numbers back and forth. And essentially, it came down to, it's about 1 in 4, 1 in 5. So about 25%. I said, let's go conservative here. We'll say 20%. So we'll say 30,000 times 20%, which is 0.2. Or no, I guess I used I did that wrong. It should be 6,000. Let me try that again. Times 0.2. There we go. I'm not sure why that didn't come up right. Anyway, so it should be about $6,000 conservatively that he's missing out on every single month. And again, going back to the missed call text back, if there was a way for him to keep that contact warm, while he's on the phone with another customer, he's on the road, or, using the example that a lot of the folks I talk to run into, I talk to roofers, people who do siding, they're building decks, they're doing landscaping, they're doing construction, concrete, brickwork, whatever. When you're in the middle of doing that, you can't always answer the phone. You got to get the job done for the customer that you're talking to or meeting with. So if there was a way to recapture 20% of that, of those missed calls, that's an additional $6,000 a month. Now let's talk about it for a year. That's another $72,000 a year. And there's a lot of small businesses out there that don't even make six figures. And I'm talking multi-six figures. So if you're missing $30,000 a month in phone calls, you're missing over $360,000 a year in missed sales because of missed phone calls. There's some businesses don't never even make that a year. But anyway, without getting into that, let's talk about this. We have $6,000 a month. So it's $6,000 a month. He's I said, if you're doing that missed call text back to those 30 people that call, and you're getting meetings out of that, and you're closing about 20%, you're making an additional $6,000 per month. So how much is that extra $6,000 a month worth to you? This is part of the conversation I had with the guy. If I could give you $6 for every dollar you give me, would you take it? And the guy's like, hell yeah. He goes, I'd pay $3 a month or $3 per call to make six. He goes, I'm effectively doubling my money. He goes, you're talking about, 5-6 times the investment. I said, what if I told you it was actually a little less than that? About 75 cents to make $6. He's like, that right there is exactly what I've been looking for. He goes, where were you 30, 40 years ago? Because I told him, I told him it's $750 a month. $750 a month to close an additional $6,000 plus. Like I said, this is rather conservative numbers. $750 a month to make an additional $6,000 or more every single month of the year. That would raise his business up almost $100K a year just from missed calls. That's not lead generation. That's not sales, or that's not automation. That's nothing. Just an additional $6,000 or more per month because he's not missing as many phone calls. And he's following up. And he goes, sign me up. He was like, sign me up. And most businesses, like if someone came to me when I was first starting out and said, hey, if you give me $1, I'll give you $5 back, I would have been like, hell yeah, here's $1,000. Sign me up. Sign me up to make an extra $5,000 a month, an extra $60,000 a year. I would have been all over that. And I think most people are. And it comes really down to, do people know me, like me, and trust me enough to give me $750 a month? They don't know if they can believe this or not. But this is real conservative numbers and conversation. These are real conversations I have with business owners throughout the month. Every single day, I'm having these kind of conversations. And like I said, I'm in the talks right now with the Harrisburg area Chamber of Commerce, working out some deals with them, and very possibly becoming a member myself, because those additional networking opportunities and stuff will benefit my business. but I also believe it's going to benefit other businesses much more than I'm going to get out of it. And it's going to have a huge impact for them. I'm going to have an impact for them in their businesses. And that's why I really believe in what I'm doing. And that is why I do what I do. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Get signed up for that webinar. Seriously, like, this webinar is going to change people's businesses. If you believe anything, I mean, just come and listen to me. You don't even have to like buy anything on this webinar. I mean, preferably you do eventually, but I'm not selling anything on this webinar. I'm giving this information out for free to let small businesses know this is how they can recapture a significant amount of money just by not missing some phone calls. You know, when someone's up on a roof, working on a roof, the last thing they need to do is be wandering around talking on the cell phone and fall off the freaking roof. I understand small businesses have a lot of work to do. I understand that, you know, most of these small businesses, they're small 1-2 people operations. I also understand that medium-sized businesses run into, you know, they have a team, 20, 30, 40 people working for them. They don't always have the time to answer every single call. Their sales team doesn't have time. Their receptionist can't answer the phone when they're already on the phone with someone. And they're missing calls. They're missing business because of it. And this could be a game changer for you. And I'm doing some hot seats. I'm doing some live Q&A. I'm going to have some guest speakers on the webinar. So get signed up. Space is limited. Get signed up. Be there. Because this is going to be a game changer for a lot of local area businesses, because these guys are going to be on fire. They're going to get a larger market share, and they're going to be getting a lot more sales every single year. I'm out of here. Till tomorrow. Love, peace, and chicken grease.